Rise and shine to the morning light. Sister MJ brings the truth so bright. Health and nature in every sound. Feel the rhythm, let's get unbound. From Ahaya we get our power. Every herb, every healing flower. Sister MJ shows the way. Naturally living every day. Naturally you, naturally free, naturally living as God meant to be. Breathe the air that's fresh and pure. Nature's bounty is the cure. Sister MJ shows what's real in every word and every meal. From the mountains to the sea, every breath is harmony. Feel the beat and feel alive. With Sister MJ we thrive. Grains and fruits in every bite. Feel the energy, feel the light. Harmony in every part. Naturally you with all your heart.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome. I love that song. It just makes you so happy. You can't help be happy. Shalom. Good evening. Hello. Peace and blessings to all of you. Sister and Shalom, Sister Maria. All of you, shalom, shalom, peace and blessing. I am so excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm giddy about what we're going to talk about tonight. Because I got to tell you, it's hard. It's tough being a woman. And you're going to understand after tonight why I say that. You know, I have been, minerals. We come from the earth, the dust of the earth, according to scripture. And after tonight, you're going to see what that is all about. I hope you understand a little deeper what it's about, because it affects each and every one of us. And I just pray that tonight has a big impact in your life. And if not your life, in the life of somebody else that you know. Shalom, Allison Vaughn. That's a new name. Welcome to Naturally You. Well, you know me, and you know time has a way of running away from me. So let me get started, right? Let's get started. Oh, Maria, you gotta go to bed again. Okay. Shalom, sis. Mwah. Love you. Now, let's get started. I hope you'll have a phone handy so you could snap screenshots as we go through this, as well as a notepad, because you're going to need to take some notes. All right, so tonight we are going to talk about something that is an epidemic. And it is something, a lot of people, when you say endocrine, we don't know what it means. Tonight, we're going to understand what it means. Sister Kim, Shalom, sis. All right, so let's talk about the endocrine gland. What is it? What is it? The endocrine glands, what does it encompass? Is it just my thyroid? What is it? Let's look at the screen and see what the endocrine gland encompasses. There are 9 glands that keep our body working in balance. Okay? We have the hypothalamus, which is the brain region controlling the pituitary, which is another gland in the part of the endocrine. We have our thyroid, which is right here in the throat. And then we have the parathyroid that is further down. Right about here is probably your parathyroid. And it says it helps regulate the level of calcium in the blood. Then we have our adrenals. And you see the purple there, those are the kidneys. And the adrenals sit on top of the kidneys. The adrenals help trigger the fight or flight response. And I want to remind you, for those who have high blood pressure, the adrenals responds to that top number when you get your blood pressure reading. The bottom number is how your kidney is functioning. I want you to make that connection here, because the adrenals is the gland, part of the endocrine system. And if we go back to that picture, then we have the pancreas, which you all know all about the pancreas if you have anybody who has diabetes or is taking diabetes medication. Then we have, of course, from the female, the ovaries, and on the male, we have the testes, which is the powerhouse for reproduction, right? So we have those 9 areas that all encompass, these glands all encompass the endocrine glands. When you hear endocrine, know it's your glands. All right. Now, there are 2 issues affecting the thyroid. And I'm generalizing. Underactive thyroid, which is called hyperactive, hyper over. Okay. Have I frozen? Okay. So, I'm getting a thing that says read. All right. I'm back. You know, there's always technical difficulty. I'm back. We're back. Always technical difficulties. All right, so now I want to show you a picture, a healthy thyroid on the left, which is more healthy. I mean, healthy is healthy, right? And then we have the hyper on the right. So one is underactive, overactive. Underactive is the hypo, and then hyper is overactive, which is, you see to the right, the bulging eyes, there's a goiter on the neck, and then you see the enlarged thyroid, okay? All right, so then let's move on now because we want to talk about these two. Want to talk about these two. Shalom, beauty beats. All right, so now let's take a look at these two and what are the symptoms of the hypothyroid, which is underactive, down, and hyper, which is over. Okay, let's take a look at that because there's different symptoms to look for, and you need to identify because many of us we are going through hell and we don't know why. So we're going to look at this. So hypo, you've got cold intolerance, you have decreased sweating, so you don't sweat that much. You've got weight gain, this could be constipation, depression and irritability, slow heart rate, muscle or joint pain, brittle nails, a puffy face, irregular and heavy periods. Ladies, fatigue, insomnia, and hair loss, that crosses over for both of them, right? And then on the other side, under overactive, we've got weight loss or weight gain, increased sweating, you've got the nail thickening and flaking, there's nervousness and anxiety just inside, You may have diarrhea, muscle weakness, your heart is racing, you've got puffy or bulging eyes, which we saw, and you have short light periods. If you're on that hyperthyroidism as a female, you're not getting your cycle. If you are, it's spotty and irregular. So, and then the hypo, you've got the heavy bleeding and again, irregular. So these are two areas we need to look at and see if that I believe that's Sister Nita. Okay. To identify too, they may not address them properly. Okay. I'm freezing? No way. Is that so? I'm freezing again, I'm told. Well, should I shiver? I don't look like I'm freezing. Let me see. Yes, that darn devil. He doesn't want this to come out tonight. Thank you. That devil is something else. All right, so like I was saying, we want to look at this because it's for men as well as women. Okay. Now, this issue with our thyroid is an epidemic. Remember, we spoke about the parasites being an epidemic as well. There are certain things that we are identifying that they're calling, and when I say they, I'm talking about the author is calling of whatever book it is, they're calling it a pandemic or epidemic. And we as women, we need to think about it and understand, is there any truth to this for me? And how does it fit? How do I fit in this list of these issues? Now, hormones, I have so much information here, but I got to get it out to you. All right, so there's over 17 million American women who struggle with low thyroid, which we know that's the hypo, the underactive. And yes, it's tough being a woman. And men, if you're listening, understand what she is going through. It's tough being a woman. Not just today, all the time. It's tough. There's a whole lot that goes into being a female. Understand that, right? So, over 17 million, and we're not talking worldwide. I'm just talking about America. And I'm sure the numbers are skewed up, especially at hormone control center. The thyroid, let me repeat that, is our hormone thyroid center. And if we show more that we are more than 9 times more likely to have a thyroid disorder than men. Now here's the clincher. When you look at thyroid, many of you go to the doctor and you get your test done and they say, oh, there's nothing wrong with my thyroid. Do you know all of the studies out there? Come to find out, the studies were being made, or the information was being said that our thyroid is normal, but the tests were being done on men. Their studies were being done on men. Is that fair? Absolutely not. However, now that we have this information, I want you, because remember, we are the solution. We have to decide for us what we're going through. Only you know what you go through, right? So you need to understand what it is and how we are going to fix it. I'm not just going to talk about it without a solution. We're going to have a solution tonight. So it affects your energy. It affects your weight. It affects your hair thickness. It affects your digestion. It affects your metabolism, affects your happiness. The thyroid is one of the most heavily depleted organ in most women. And boom, drop the mic. Drop the mic. Did you hear what I said? It's one of the most heavily depleted organ in women. And it affects fertility. I always say what I've found, and again, I don't know why the Most High is using me, but I went through all of this. And I used to have that lower back pain that said, oh, my thyroid, my adrenals were saying, help me, support me, support me, support me. And I was saying, oh, I must have slept wrong. I must have worked out and did something wrong. When all along, it was my adrenals saying, support me, support me, support me. And when I didn't, it went to my thyroid. And my thyroid was low. I was having issues. My eyes started to bulge. And I started hearing my voice crackling. And I thought, it's my thyroid. And these are things that we need to look at because it's something a lot of us go through. And you may look at your life now and say, is that what I went through back then? Was that all the stuff I went through in my 30s, in my 40s, and I didn't know? And they were telling me, oh, I need to lose weight and all this. And all we needed to do is look in the mirror with this list and see where we fit? Could be. So there are foods that we need to avoid. Now, you may wonder, where's she getting this information? There's a doctor, she's a doctor. Her name is Kinsey Jackson. And she lost her hair, lost energy. She had beautiful long black hair, but she had a big old bald spot here in the middle. And come to find out, it was all because of the thyroid. They were telling her all these different things that was going on, but she was like, you know what, y'all can't. She went to this doctor, and this doctor. Nobody had a solution. Her hair was thinning. You brush your hair out and you see all this hair in the sink. And she didn't have a solution, so she went and dug deeper. And this is the information she's sharing. So we have foods she come to find out that we should avoid. And hold on to your seat. Make sure you're sitting down. Stay away from salads. Let me tell you why. One of the items that the FDA in their way of making it a more capitalistic society, they went to Brazil, where they have soybean growing in abundance. And they said, you know what, we can market this and make it very popular, and people will eat it. And those soybeans in Brazil, they're forbidden to eat it because it causes bad health. It's not a good thing for them. The soybeans and our population, it doesn't mix. It's not good for us. But many people who are vegan, beans, but you will have a lot of symptoms of ill health due to the soybeans. Now, edamame is from the soy plant and it's toxic, but they put it on the salad and it's very popular. People have it as a snack. It is toxic. It's a common food allergen that it attacks the thyroid. And autoimmune thyroid, it gives you autoimmune thyroid condition, which many of you have heard of, Graves' disease or Hashimoto's. And it's banned. Soy is banned in 19 countries, but in America, just like the chocolate and all the other foods that you all know about, in America, it's have at it. It's a great food. They might even tell you it's a superfood. Now, another food that you need to avoid. So we did edamame. The next one is kale. I know you're shocked because I love me some kale chips in my kale salad. But kale is worse for the thyroid because it has goitrogens. And these block the thyroid from absorbing iodine. All right? So if you have to eat it, yes, beauty beats. It takes away the soybean, takes away the men's sex drive, and a lot of these men who are vegan, who's the guy Kellogg? His thing was men's sex drive was too high, so he was a proponent of all this. And this whole veganism really started a lot with the Seventh-day Adventists. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, it's just an observation. And if you go do the study, you'll see that it's true. But it causes the young girls to get breasts way too early. And if you take a look at the young girls these days, 7, 8, 9, 10, their breasts are bigger than mine. I'm just saying. Okay, another food that we need to avoid. So we went to edamame and kale. If you have to eat kale, please cook it. Now, I use kale just like I use our greens, your mustard greens, your turnip greens. I do kale the same way, and it's delicious. So the next one is also to avoid is broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and arugula. Arugula is the main one. So we have edamame, kale, and arugula. If you're gonna eat it, cook it. And I wouldn't have it 3 days a week, 4 days a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if you're gonna have it. There's so many other things you can use. And then the next thing is the bad oils. The bad oils. You have soybean oil in the dressing, canola oil or vegetable oil, and they are high in omega-6, which is not good for us. And it blocks It's the building block of inflammation in our body with these oils. So please, omega 6s are coming in with your canola, your soybean, and the vegetable oil. Get rid of it. Grapeseed oil, do not use. Avoid it. Now you can use oil-free, oil-free veggie, oil-free veggies oil like avocado oil, um, olive oil. Those you can use. Coconut oil. Those are good, but stay away from the corn oil, the soybean oil, the soya, and this soya is it's dried nuggets. Then they use like a meat substitute. You need to stay away from that as well. We have a thyroid issue called, they're now calling it thyroid starvation. And this thyroid starvation has come about because there's a thing called the thyroid pathway. And I want to explain this because I want each and every one of you to understand when you see T3 or T4 on a test, what it means. All right? The thyroid makes two hormones, T4 and T3. The first, the brain sends a signal to the thyroid to make hormones, and that is the thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. And I have a picture here I want you to look at. It has a purple background, and it shows you the pituitary, it shows you the thyroid, and it shows you the TSH and how all of this interacts. If I can have that. Yes. Oh, go back, please. Let's go to the picture. All right. So you have up there at the top, the pituitary. It's stimulating. It tells the thyroid to make T3 and T4. All right. And you see that circle cycle there? So that thyroid stimulating hormone is being made, and it goes to the thyroid, and it goes back up the brain and says, keep making it, keep making it, keep making it. And then you've got the T3 and the T4. Now, once it starts making the thyroid stimulating hormone, that goes into the bloodstream and travels throughout our body. Now, we all know about the liver, right? The liver, which is right under our right ribs, right? Your liver converts, remember, T4 is inactive, T3 is active. It takes the T4 and converts it, the liver, which is under the ribs over here on the right side, and converts it into active T3. Now, most of the thyroid hormone our body produces is in T4 form, which is inactive. So if your liver is fatty and have a ton of issues, your thyroid is not working. Your thyroid is not going to be working if this is going on. So we want to make sure our liver is functioning like it should. If it is, then we'll have a better outcome with our thyroid. So let's go back to that. So into active T3, and most of the thyroid hormone our body produces is in the T4 form, which is inactive, which means it's basically doesn't do anything. It just floats around in your blood and is used for storage. The T3 is the active version of that goes into our cells and powers our metabolism. which is like giving gas to your car. If you don't give gas, guess what? You're not moving, right? This is why the liver has to convert T4 into T3. And then the third pathway, T3, then activates our cell's metabolism, okay? And it passes through our cells and activates our metabolism, which acts as a signal that tells your cell to begin to start producing energy. All right? What is that? ATP. And that is the acronym for adenosine triphosphate, which is the organic molecule that gives us energy. All right? ATP. ATP. The T cells, then the T3 cells, that ATP tells the T3 cells to get to work in your body. So think of your cells like a factory that runs your body, and the T3 as the electricity that powers them. When we make enough of our T3 cells, our metabolism runs well. We've got energy. You feel amazing. And if your cells don't get enough T3, they slow down. And they stop doing their job in our bodies. We're tired. We're worn out. We have no energy. We just want to go lay down and sleep. That is because our T3, our body's not getting enough T3. So when your skin cells slow down, guess what? Your hair tends to thin and fall out. When the cells in your muscles slow down, you tend to gain weight uncontrollably. Even if you eat well and you exercise, you consistently feel tired and exhausted as if you haven't slept. You'll feel cold even if it's hot on a summer day. Your nerve cells slow down. You get brain fog. What was that again? Why did I come upstairs? What did I come into this room for? Brain fog. We get brain fog. And it's hard for us to read and stay focused or concentrate. And guess what, ladies? When your female reproductive cells slow down, you experience infertility, irregular cycles, hot flashes. And when your stomach and your digestive cells slow down, you get bloated and digestive issues. Was that not a mouthful? Let me let you digest that while I say shalom to Sister Tracy and my sister Nina and Amya and Nafisa. Shalom. And all of you who are listening and not in the chat, shalom. So, if any of this sounds familiar to you, your thyroid has already slowed down. And guess what? You have stage 1 of thyroid starvation. It won't kill you, but somehow it sucks. It sucks all the joy out of your world. Can anyone relate? Remember, for you to feel good or well, it depends on how much T3 your cells get. And if that liver is not functioning well, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. So, remember the thyroid making the T4 thyroid, it's making the T3 is coming from the inactive thyroid, activating the thyroid through the and making T3, which gives you energy, metabolism. You get the ATP, and it all gives you the energy you need. So if you're struggling to concentrate or focus, if you have problems focusing on reading and you have no energy, you need to look at this thyroid. Because if you go and do lab tests, they will tell you, if you have a lab test, it says your thyroid looks normal, yet you feel horrible. Why? Well, most thyroid panels only test for T4 and the TSH, which is your thyroid stimulating hormone. And if your body has a problem converting T4 into T3, you still won't feel well. So this is why most thyroid medication like Synthroid and levothyroxine may not be a long-term solution for you. You've probably been prescribed these two meds, and because they're synthetic, they may work for a short period of time, but over the long haul, it's not going to work. So we want to look at what we can do to help this thyroid function better. What are those 3 foods we can eat to help it along? All right, let's look at that. Let's take a look at that. We have minerals. I keep telling you, we need minerals. It's our foundation. How am I doing on time, y'all? Oh, pretty good. Awesome. All right, so minerals. We talk about minerals, how important that is for our foundation, right? And we're not going to go into the iodine today. We're going to talk more about this. I want to just focus. I want to focus on the lower one, which is the hypo, which is underactive, because most of us are suffering from underactive, and that's the one I want to focus on. But there are 3 things that we need to do, that we can eat to help us. One, I'm sure most of you will understand where I'm going with this, is that Brazil nut, right? That Brazil nut, it has selenium, which we need. Your thyroid maker, T3 and T4, produces an enzyme which is called selenoprotein, SELENO protein. Think of it as a molecular chef that cooks up T3 and T4. And just like a baker combines ingredients to make bread or cake, this selenoprotein combines amino acids and iodine to make T3 and T4. Now, inside our thyroid, there are millions of selenoproteins hard at work cooking up T3 and T4. But each of those selenoproteins depends on a mineral called selenium to work. Where's your selenium? Is it sitting in your cabinet and you forgot to take it? Selenium has the highest amount. Brazil nut has the highest amount of selenium. Everybody needs it. Okay, every cell in your body needs it. It can cause weight gain and brain fog, fatigue, and hair loss to go away. Okay? Even if you're healthy, eat at least 2 Brazil nuts a day to get the selenium you need, or 60 per month. I priced it at Costco. It's less than $10 a bag. Brazil nuts is the heart and the brain. It's a prerequisite for health, and it's associated with the quality of life improvement for our thyroid. All right, so the first one is, what did I say? Selenium. Selenium. All right, the next one we want to look at is zinc. Zinc. What do you know about zinc? Zinc helps the body heal, but it's very important that we have selenium, zinc, and copper in the right amounts in order for our thyroid to stop working, underproducing. We want it to stop being underactive. We need our zinc. Zinc helps the body heal. I like to take my selenium, zinc, and copper at night, right before bed, because my body is healing and doing all of its good stuff as I'm sleeping. It heals. All right? So you've got selenium, you've got zinc, and you've got copper. Now, the zinc helps bring the thyroid levels back to normal in about 2 to 3 months. The studies have shown 47% of people are deficient in copper. If you're sick often, you're copper deficient. You wonder, why am I getting sick? Why am I getting sick all the time? Your immune system is not staying built up. Your copper deficiency. Low thyroid problems is closely linked to copper deficiency, they found. Now, the reason copper is so important for women is because without it, your cells can't make energy. And they did a study in the University of Manchester and Melbourne, and the brain fog in women, the gray hair, and you know my story, right? Your body's exhausted of copper. You've got to put more in it. So slow metabolism was going to make one weak and make one anemic. And we've got to get these 3 minerals in our body. So you're saying, okay, 3 minerals. So what amounts? Well, you know what? I mentioned Kinsey Jackson. And she came up, she has a company in the US that made a supplement that has everything in it. They had all the items that we need to have a healthy thyroid and get it to producing and not being overactive, or should I say, underactive, but have it where it functions well and we're able to feel good all the time, get our happy back, and not be depressed, tired, lose our hair, gain weight and everything. It is something we will talk about next week. And we'll also talk about the iodine, because iodine is an important part of this whole thyroid issue, because we've got the overactive, and then we have the underactive. The overactive and the underactive. The underactive is our hypothyroidism. The hypothyroidism, and the overactive is hypo. Hypo, hyper. Underactive, hypo. Overactive, hyper. You know, like you hyper, hyper, hyper. Same thing. Okay? Hyper, hypo. Hyper, hypo. Now, you all are probably saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's not telling us. That's right, I'm not. Because I need you to come back next week and get it. Actually, let me look at my phone. If you all want it bad enough, you know, you can go to that portal and send an email, get that info if you need it before. I'm just saying. All right. I am going to look at my email because, okay. Sister Kim and Beauty Beats, okay. Yes, I am terrible. That's terrible. Forgive me, Lord. All right. Let me get it. Okay, so I hope you all are understanding that the liver plays an important role in our endocrine system, right? Oh, Sister Dawn, stop it. Stop it. I can't believe she's doing that. How could you, sis? How could you? How could you do that to me? Okay, yes. You can Google Kinsey Jackson. You'll see that bald spot and everything. Her story is a powerful story. And you will find that she has created a product here in the US. And it is, her book is called The Thyroid Reboot, if you'd like to get the book. And remember, you're the solution. But The Thyroid Reboot is the name of the book. It sells on Amazon as well as she has it on her site. And it is called, Sister Dawn is going to give you the name of it for me. Get Bright Naturals is the website. GetBrightNaturals.com. Go there and look at it. Now, actually, if you're suffering from this, it seems like it could be like 3 to 6 months. You can get this fixed. It'll change your whole life. But at the same time, there's foods you need to be eating as well. She recommends more of a paleo diet, or I would say you could even try, for quick healing, you can try the carnivore. But it's Thyroid Renew. That's simple. Thyroid Renew. And I want to tell you, though, if you go there, do all your research before you click on it, because you get the best pricing there. If you want to go and get other products, that's fine. But her products are made in the US. And all the items, I wrote down all the items that are in it. They're all clean, good items. And I did send an email to them because it's a capsule. And you know, we have to be mindful about the gelatin and what they're using. Excellent testimonials. You can get 6 at a time and maybe split it amongst a bunch of you. I don't know. It's up to you if you have family members with this issue. But overall, my biggest takeaway tonight I want to leave you all with is that your health is in your own hands. We have to own our health. We can't wait and go to a doctor and have them tell us, you know, that our body's screaming, I help, it's my thyroid, and they tell you, no, it's not. We can't continue that. That's happening to a lot of people. We're suffering. There's weight gain, and not everybody has weight gain. Some of us have, the puffy face, the bulging eyes. We have fat, cortisol fat, and all of that has to do with the adrenals, which is part of the endocrine glands, and it has to do with the thyroid. It affects our pituitary, our hypothalamus. All of this, it's a circle. It's a circle. So we need to stop a minute and think about it. I urge you to listen to this again and break it down and see what happens. And don't just take this supplement. Make sure our foundation is minerals. So it's very important we take a look at our foundational minerals. Create your healthcare strategy. Your minerals should be the foundation, your bottom line, okay? The bottom line, your baseline. If you have autoimmune issues, remember, it's not just the thyroid. It's our gut, it's our liver, it's our blood. It's all of it, but we have to get it where everything is working in perfect order. So, I'm thinking, and I think a lot. This brain is always going. If we were to look and if we were to do a board, mark on a board, chalkboard, let's say, I would say, okay, first thing first, what is my overall issue? Is it I'm tired or I have no energy? Two different things. All right. And if it's my energy, then I'm going to look at first detoxing my liver because it is the most used organ. Okay. I'm going to look at my thyroid. All right. I'm going to clean my blood, especially if I've been on all kinds of meds. I've got to clean my blood because those meds continue to circulate in your blood. It will just continue to circulate until you purge them out. I would also do a parasite detox. And if I had a bunch of drugs in my system over the years, two things I would be doing is a heavy metal detox and a parasite detox. All right? Next, if I want to get these minerals right and get the foundation, I'm going to start with my fulvic and my humic minerals, right? I'm going to make sure I have my boron there. I have my MSM there. And make sure I'm eating a lot of seaweed, my sea vegetables. I'm cooking with it because all these are minerals. These are our foundation. All right? So please go back, listen to the show, connect the dots, make your list, see what it is that you need, and where are you today? Where are you today? Do you have energy today? Or do you have it, like a roller coaster? Some days you're up, some days you're down. Figure it out. And guys, I want to do a show all just about guys because most guys think, they never talk about us. But the guys, there's so many things that women, you need to recognize in your mate or your brother, your uncle, that can help them as well. So we're going to get this all figured out. But today we focused on the underactive thyroid, which a lot of us, you're tired, low energy, your hair's falling out, it's thinning, you have a lot of brain fog, and you're wondering what to do. Get your minerals, get your bone broth with grass-fed bones. That is the quickest way. Get your butter in, because that brain, remember, the pituitary and the hypothalamus is the thing that's getting the brain, that gets the thyroid going to create your TSH. So we want to feed it the good fat, avocado every day, grass-fed butter every day. Get it in your coffee, cook in it, get it in. If you are suffering, just eat a stick of butter. It's delicious. You get used to it. I know you're laughing now. Sister Dawn, I know you're probably grossing out, but that butter is so good. A ribeye in that butter is divine. Okay? And then let's look at the list again of what the two things, and look at the list of the eyes, the symptoms, so we can see a picture. Reading it is one thing, but seeing a picture is another, because we need to know there's a correlation between the two. All right? So if you have the cold intolerance, you're always covering up, you want a blanket for everything, have constipation issues, you might be depressed or irritable, a little bit of an edge, and everything just gets to you. You may not speak it, but you feeling it, right? Joint pain, puffy face. There's one thing of having high cheekbones and a puffy face. There's a difference, and if everything is blending into one here, it's just a thyroid, but it's fixable. All right? Insomnia, you can't sleep. And then if you look at both of these, all of these symptoms here, they speak inflammation in the body as well. That inflammation, remember, it's the precursor to all disease. It's the precursor to all disease. Now, this is a lot. I get it. It's a lot. But it's stuff we need to know. I think it's a game changer. Years ago, I should have worn my game changer jacket today, but that would be hot. Anyway, maybe I'll wear it next week. A friend of mine, she made me a jacket and she goes, MJ, you're a game changer. And I'm like, okay. So I have the jacket. But I think this is a game changer. I also thought that what we learned about the parasites was a game changer. I think what we did on the gut was a game changer. So maybe we need to call this naturally game changing. No, I'm joking. Anyway, I want to thank you all for your time and your attention. It's very important to me that we fix us before it's too late. It hurts me when I see my sisters suffer and we don't know why. And, everybody is looking for a MD behind your name in order to understand how the body works. And we can't wait on that. You have to go pay a copay, and he can't even tell you what is all going on with your body. Here at Naturally You, we are going to dissect our temple, our masterpiece, and figure it out. And we can, because the Most High gives us what we need. In that book, it tells us everything. All the answers are here. We just have to dig it up, right? We just have to dig it up. And if he's using me to help dig it up, I don't mind. Anything for him. I'll go miles for him. Miles. But I want us to be happy, beautiful beings. We're all so beautiful. But anyway, my time has come up. I love you all. I wish you the best. Until we meet again, may the good Lord bless and keep you. And please connect the dots. Connect the dots. You're worth it. You're worth it. You're beautiful. And don't forget, we've got everything we need already within us. We just have gotten some bad information that we're going to kick out and put the good in. All right? Until next week, Shalom. This is
Rise
great
and
news,
shine
right?
to the morning light. Sister MJ brings the truth so bright.
Great news, great
Health and
news.
nature in every sound. Feel the rhythm,
Yes,
let's
we are
get
wonderfully
unbound. From our higher we get our power.
Don't forget your
Every
selenium.
healing flower. Sister MJ shows the way. Naturally living every day. Naturally you. Naturally free. Naturally living as God meant to be. Breathe the air that's fresh and pure. Nature's bounty is the cure. Sister MJ shows what's real in every word and every meal. From the mountains to the sea, every breath is harmony. Feel the beat and feel alive. With
Minerals.
Sister MJ we thrive. Grains and fruits in every bite. Feel the energy, feel the light. Harmony in every part. Naturally you with all your heart.